record. And then I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to show you another video. This one's kind of silly, but it goes with our exit ticket, which was how do you find 9 times 4 using the nines trick or the tens trick. Okay, so let's watch this and we'll see if this helps.
You want to multiply by 9? I got a trick that works just fine. Put your hands up in the air. Don't drop them, just leave them there. Number your fingers up to 10. Then find the finger you want to bend. Let's say we're doing 9 times 4. Count up to 4 on your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's bend the 4th finger.
Do it with them.
The left of that finger are the 10s. 10, 20, 30. The fingers to the right of that next finger are your 1s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So if you put them together, you get 36. You want to multiply by 9? I got a trick that works just fine. Put your hands up in the air. Don't drop them, just leave them there. Number your fingers up to 10. Then find the finger you want to bend. Now it's your turn. Let's do 9 times 7. You got it? It's 63. To multiply by 9, I got a trick that works just fine. Put your hands up in the air. Don't drop them, just leave them there. Number your fingers up to 10. Then find the finger you want to bend.
Okay. Thank you guys. Good job. So that leads me to our exit ticket from yesterday. Yes, I had about 3 people who got a 3. Paxton, who he's not here. Finn, did Finn finally come? Nope, I'm gonna have to read Finn's, and I believe Angelique and Sunny. Would you come up and socially distance for me? They are gonna read their answers to the question from yesterday for our exit ticket. My friends here have a colored pencil. You are gonna write the correct answer because you got a little confused with what the nines trick or the tens trick actually was, or you were absent. If you're absent, you need to write it too. Oh, good, Finn is here. So come on up. I'm gonna let them read it in the microphone, and then I'll capture their thoughts, and you guys can copy down the right answer. No, honey, it's exit ticket 3. You were absent. Finn, come on up. Will you read what you wrote? I loved it. Okay, nice and loud, Finn. Explain how to find 4 times 9 using the tens trick or the nines trick.
Put your 4th finger down. And the one
On the left,
on the left are the
10.
10s, and the ones on the right are the 1s.
And 3 and 6 equals?
And 3 and 6 equals 36.
He even drew a picture of the fingers down and showed you. So that was awesome. So you should have said something about you're doing the nines trick of which fingers to put down. Thank you, Finn. Okay. Sunny, come on up. Sunny also got a 3 on this exit ticket.
How you show 4 times 9 is you take your 4th finger, you put it down, there is your 3 and your 6, and you put it together and you get 36.
Excellent. Nice job. Can I show it off? Here you go.
You're the worst, Miss Alvin.
Nicely done. All right, I have Paxton's not here. Angelique is. Angelique also got a 3. Look at me, my dear.
You take your finger and count how many you have on the left hand, and then on the right hand, and then you will get your answer.
Okay, keep talking in there. No one will hear you.
Then you will get your answer.
Thank you. Robert might as well. He said 4 times 10 equals 36 because 9 is 10. So take away the 4. I see what he said. 4 times 10 is 40. Take away the 4, and the answer is 36. So we have the tens trick you could have written, or you could have done the nines. So here's the nines. This is the nines trick. You can choose to write that one. Put your fourth finger down. The fingers on the left are the tens, and the fingers on the right are the ones. 4 times 9 equals 36. And you could draw a picture like we saw from Finn. Here's the tens. 4 times 10 equals 40. So subtract 4, and you will get 30. Anybody want to explain in your words? You did it in your words, raise your hand. I got a lot of good answers. And Ben, did you want to share your thinking? Or I see Katie would. Katie, do you want to unmute? And then Ben, we'll hear from you.
I said I used the nines method by putting down my fourth finger, and it equaled 36.
Excellent. Nice job. And make sure you remember that it's the fingers on the left that are your tens, and the fingers on the right are your ones. Excellent. Ben, did you want to share?
So I used my fingers, then I counted. So I used my fingers, then I counted from right here, then I counted to my 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I put my finger down. Then I had 3. Then I had 3 tens. Then I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it equaled 36.
I can really tell you understand the nines trick because you did such a fabulous job of explaining it. Good job, Ben. Thank you. Okay, so we are going to stop with that exit ticket. It should be good to go. I will collect those in a moment. Just put them to the side. Go ahead and get out your math spiral if you're here. If you're at home, you're going to need your math board, a dry erase marker, and a sock. So I'll give you a minute to get that. We are going to do a math review today for our second quiz. Okay. And I'm going to show you our learning target while they get their math boards ready. Did you see what Mrs. Alvin put up there? Yes. Okay, so today, our review, we get the opportunity to show off our learning. That is our learning target, right? We want to know what you know. I feel like we just had a math quiz, but it's time for another so we can make sure we know what we still need to work on. Our success criteria is you will be able to participate in the review. You will take the quiz 1.2 on Think Central, and you'll work on unfinished assignments in Think Central. Okay. Give me a thumbs up at home if you have your math board. Thumbs up here if you have your math spiral and you're ready. All right, we are going to look at our first problem. Okay, so here's our first set of problems. Because we have been looking at our tens count bys, we have some tens missing factors problems. So I want you to write these 4 problems in your math spiral or on your math board and fill in the missing factor. 10 times blank equals 30. 10 times blank equals 50. 10 times blank equals 80. And 10 times blank equals 40. When you have all 4 of those done, hold up your boards, hold up your math spiral. Go quick, I'm gonna get your math spiral out for you.
So Mrs. Autumn, we had several people who did nothing in that box while you were doing all that work with their colored pencils. Maybe I wasn't clear. I had several people. I mean, I'd say half and half. Because you were
So will you leave it on their desk
Yes.
and they can finish that?
Yes. So several of them didn't choose to participate in that.
So guys, the reason I have you make the corrections is so you learn. You still need to write more. It's a learning time, right? Okay, I see Haley has a question. Yes, Haley, looking good. Ben, can you fill in the answers?
Never mind.
Okay. When you think you know the answers, your spiral will be up.
Do you want more than that? Or are you feeling good about that?
All right, you got about 1 minute to finish.
So we're not talking about dots, it's about the mind's trick. You know what, why don't I pull it? Collect when I've got everybody done. You tell me who they are, I'll pull them up to the top.
Yeah, well, because I give it back to some of them, so some of them are taking care of it.
Okay, but the ones who didn't get it? Yeah. All right. We are gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull out of the can. Let's check our work. Hold up your board. I see Ben's working hard. Haley, focus on that. Gavin, thank you. Jensen, I see you. Robert, looking good. Let's check your work. Ready, Reese? Good job, Clara. All right, here we go. I called Angelique. I pulled her name out of the can. Angelique, 10 times what equals 30? She said 10 times 3. Can you, oops, and I'm going to write it on there. How do you know? Okay, so we're really basically just counting by tens, right? 10, 20, 30. You should have gotten 3. If you got 3, give me a thumbs up at home. Give me a thumbs up here. Looking good. Haley Booker. 10 times what equals 50?
5.
How do you know?
Because you count by 10 until you get to 50.
I don't know if you heard her. She said you count by tens till you get to 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. You should have gotten 5. Is there anyone at home that can do the next one? Ben.
So you count by tens to get to 80, and so you count by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So then you know it's 8 because 8 plus 10 plus 8 equals 80.
8 times 10 is 80. Good job. Henry, 10 times what equals 40?
4, and because 10 times anything will add another 0 behind the number you're timesing by.
Right. You could almost take the 0 off, right? I don't know if you heard what Henry is saying, but you could take that 0 off and then you know it would be 4. You could do the same here. Take that 0 off. 8. Take that 0 off. And you're going to get that answer. And a cool pattern there, right? Because when you're multiplying by 10, you're adding that 0. Okay, here we go. At home, clear your board. We're going to start another type of problem. Go ahead and write these. We'll talk about them. This is a division sign. It was the best I could do. 70 divided by what equals 10? 50 divided by what equals 10? 20 divided by what equals 10? And 40 divided by what equals 10? Go ahead and do all 4. I see Marin is ready. I see Sunny is ready. Ellie's ready. And I do know if you know.
I can get that information for you.
Because they're new up here. And that would
I don't
be,
exactly know 100%, but I can get it.
okay, Cooper, she's on it.
I'm on it. I'll get that.
Wow, you guys are rocking it. Looking good, everybody. How you doing at home? Astria. I'm going to have you do the first one for us, Astria. Can you unmute and tell us 70 divided by what equals 10?
It equals 7
Why, Astria? How do you know?
because you have to just take the 7 from the 70, just put it there with no 0.
Oh, she's just going like that. Ah, very interesting. Did anybody count by tens? Yeah? How many tens are in 70? Or you're thinking, what times 10 equals 70? Some of you use the inverse operation. Excellent. Gavin, what about the next one? 50 divided by what equals 10?
Nice.
Gavin, can you unmute and tell us?
50 divided by 5 equals 10.
How do you know?
Because 10 times 5 is 50, so they're just inverse operations, so you can just put, like, just reverse the multiplication from the 70 from the equal space to the
Other side. There.
yeah, and then
I just got to show
and
you.
then the 5 to
Let's see.
and then just divide that from the 5, and that'll make 10.
I love your vocabulary. I love that you said inverse operation. You just made me so happy. All right, thank you, Gavin. Marin, 20 divided by what equals 10? How do you know?
But
Counted
yeah,
by
so
10. Excellent explanation. We've got one more on this type of problem, and then we'll move on. How about Gabe?
yes, I found it out.
Hey, Gabe says 40 divided by 4 equals 10. How do you know?
I just have for YouTubers. My mom has a pet.
Okay, Gavin, or? Oh, you just took the 0 off and put the 4 there. He just said, well, I'm just gonna take that 0 off, and then I know that would be 4 times 10 is 40. There's 4 10s in 40. There's so many ways to look at it. Good job, guys. Let's move on to the next one. Doesn't like me. All right, clear your boards at home. You guys make room in your spiral. We're gonna do 4 more. 9 times what equals 18? 9 times what equals 45? 9 times what equals 54? 9 times what equals 36? This one's tricky. I can give you a hint though. If you want to, you could use the 9s trick. I'll do the first one. Well, I'll do the first one for you. If I wanted to find out what times 9 equals 18, I have to make 18 with my fingers. Well, I know in the number 18, there's a 1 in the tens place. So I need a 1 for my tens, and I need 8 for my ones. So to make 18, I need to put my second finger down to make 18. So then I know 9 times what is going to equal 18? 9 times, which finger did I put down? Not my first finger, my second finger to make 18. So that's one way of figuring it out. Then I could make 45. I'd have to find out how to make 45 and which finger I'm putting down. I could make 54, figure out which finger I'm putting down, and I could make 36 and figure out which finger I'm putting down. So that's one way to do it, because we have not done a lot with our 9s yet. We just learned those on Friday. Counting by 9s is tricky, but you could do it. I see Ellie's got it. Hold up your board when you have your answers. Do your best. Okay, now I've got 45. Which finger did I put down to make 4 on this side and 5 on this? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the first one, right? 5. 5, 2. Okay, so then we have to use our fingers to figure out. Fingers is 1, 2, 4 on this side, 5 on my own, 6, 4. Nope, you're not putting them down. 6, 4, 5. That one. 5 will make 36. 5, 3 on this side, so 5 on that. Which finger am I going down? On this hand. 5 on that hand. Very good. Okay, I'm gonna give you about 1 more minute to see those fingers going.
I left my. Oh, wow, Serena's got it. All right, this one was tricky. Tricky. Anybody at home want to try the first one? 9 times what equals 18? Boy, I see fingers going. Haley, can you unmute?
9 times 2 equals 18.
How do you know? Good job.
Because 9 plus 9 equals 18.
Excellent. She used repeated addition. It makes sense, right? 9 plus 9 is 18. 9 times what equals 45? Somebody at home. I know, right? Jensen, I haven't heard from you. Go for it, Jensen.
It's 5.
How do you know?
Because I used the 10 trick and I did 10 times 5, but I did just plus 5.
So did you
And then I did
say
minus 5.
5 times 10 is 50 minus 5?
Yep.
Okay. I'm not sure how you, the reverse of it. Yeah. Josh Carter, what did you do? Okay, can I hold you for a minute? Let me just show you 45 real quick. I saw a lot of people trying this strategy. And then we'll go back to you. If you make 45, like if I want to see 4 on the left and 5 on the right, I put down my 5th finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I know 9 times 5 is 45. Or did anybody already know 5 times 9 is 45 from your 5 stacks? Max knew that. Ellie knew that. Marin, Sunny, Charlie. Some of us already knew 5 times 9 is 45, so 9 times 5 is 45 because the commutative property. Okay, I'm going to let Josh do the next one. 9 times what is 54? 6. He says 6. How do you know? Yes. So if you look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 being your 10s and 1, 2, 3, 4 being your 1s, that means your 6th finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th finger has to go down. Excellent. 9 times 30, 9 times what is 36? Evie. Okay, if I put my 7th finger, I get 63. I see how that could be confusing. But I don't want 63, I want 36. So let's get 3 on this side and 6 on this side. Now what do you think? Which finger? 1, 2, 3. What comes after 3? 4. Right? So 9 times 4 is 36. And sometimes we just have to think what makes sense too. Because 9 times 7 is going to be a pretty high number. If 10 times 7 is 70.
Well, I just realized why some of them might be in trouble. Yeah, when we see it on the screen, it's backwards on your hand.
Oh, really? Oh, that's not
Because
good.
it's
Well,
for, it makes sense for you, but like when the senior,
oh, so I shouldn't do it.
it is thinking.
Okay, guys, sorry, I don't realize that it's backwards for you.
It's confusing everyone. I just think that's why it's coming.
Yeah, okay. All right, good job, guys. We're gonna move on. You can always count by nines or do repeated addition like we heard Haley did. You can always add 9 plus 9 plus 9. Haley did that and it works. Okay, here we go. Division. 40 divided by what equals 5? 25, Jensen. Let's get writing. 25 divided by what equals 5? 50 divided by what equals 5? And 30 divided by what equals 5? You got 4 problems. Get going, Haley, right now. This is a lot of computation today. We're not going to see a lot of word problems on our quiz. We're just getting good at the multiplication and the division. Try using the inverse operation. Count by, what are we counting by? 5s for this one. Count by 5s. Okay, guys, just a reminder, you're counting by 5s. Use that inverse operation. How many 5s are in 40? You can do that. Count by 5s. You'll get your answer. If you're stuck, let me see your board. Hold up your board if you're done at home. I see lots of spirals. I see you, Jensen. I see Clara. I see Astria. If you are getting confused, remember, count by 5s. Jensen, do you have a question?
No, I'm just waiting so I can answer the question. One of the.
All right, go ahead. You can do the first one. 40 divided by what equals 5, Jensen?
It's 8.
How do you know?
Because if you count by 5 to 40, it's 8.
And is it true that 5 times 8 is 40? That's called the inverse operation. Hopefully you counted by 5s to get that, to figure that out. I see you, Elena. Would you like to do the next one? Go for it. How do you know? Excellent. 5 times 5 equals 25. You just got to count by 5. Nice, Marin. What's the next one? 50 divided by 10 is 5. We know 5 times 10 equals 50. And how did you find that out? You did the inverse operation. Excellent. Ellie, 30 divided by what is 5? Because why? Excellent. 6 times 5 is 30. If you count by 5s to get to 30, you're going to get 6. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You should have gotten 6. Okay, I think we might have a couple more, and then we might be ready to show off all of our learning. Let's see. Clear your boards if you're at home. Last one, you guys, and you only need to write the answer. So you're looking for a pattern. Ooh. 3, if we know 3 times 5 equals 15, and 4 times 5 equals 20, and 5 times 5 equals 25, and 6 times 5 equals 30, 7 times 5 equals 35, what does 8 times 5 equal? Hold up your answer when you have it. You just have to write up the answer. I see you, Jensen. I see Ben's light bulbs going off, but I'm not sure. I think Ben wants to answer. All right, Ben. Good job, Claire. Ben, go ahead and unmute.
45.
40 or 45? 35. What comes after 35? Counting by 5s.
40.
40. If you agree, give them sparkles. Yay, nicely done. So I am going to now ask that you, and good job everybody with the review. Your success criteria was to participate, and you did that. So thank you for doing such a good job. You are going to, you're gonna complete quiz 1.2 on your things to do list in Think Central. I want you to have paper and pencil, your math spirals, so you can do doodles, like draw pictures to help you solve your questions, your problems. Make sure you go to Jeffco US Bookmarks in the upper left-hand corner of your Chromebook to get there, and be sure to turn it in when you're finished. I would also like, because we have quite a bit of time, that you work on Think Central when you're done turning in your quiz with any unfinished assignments, especially 1.6. And then some of you haven't done 1.6. I need to have that done. And then Charlie V, then you can do 1.7. And if you're done with that, 1.8. If you're done with that, 1.9, and so on. Any questions at home? All right, looking, I think we're good. But this is not, I'm done with math. Your job today was to take the quiz. So please do that. I will have to email you if you don't, because I need you to show me everything you've been learning. Okay, thank you, Mrs. Harrison's class. You're gonna also get on your Chromebooks, keep your math spirals out. My class, get your Chromebook out. Let's get started. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Can't wait to see how you do on the quiz.